Hello and welcome to my website. My name is Wayne Mortensen. I'm an attorney here in Arizona and I do primarily bankruptcy, debt settlement, tax work, things of that nature. And so today I'm doing this kind of introduction video about bankruptcy and a couple of different options that consumers typically have in bankruptcy court. And so what typically happens in bankruptcy court is that, come over to the right side here, is that the two options that consumers have is either Chapter 7 bankruptcy or Chapter 13 bankruptcy. And so when clients come in, I'll sit down, I'll do my pre-bankruptcy consultation, and we'll kind of go over all of their situation. And then some clients I say, hey, this is really what's going to work for you. Chapter 7 looks like it'll work in Chapter 13. And I kind of go back and forth, and depending on the factual scenario, obviously you don't want someone just picking a bankruptcy for you just because that's what they want to pick. You want to have the reasoning, you want to know what's going on and why they're choosing bankruptcy. So when you do a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, typically you're just wiping out debt, you're starting fresh. I'll give you a very simple example of a Chapter 7 bankruptcy. Person comes in, they live in an apartment, there's no home, maybe they own an old vehicle that's worth a couple of $1,000s, and they're being sued by a credit card, and maybe they have some medical debt. That type of a bankruptcy would probably fit better to a Chapter 7 because that's going to accomplish everything that they needed to accomplish. There's not going to be any issues that come from that. They'll be able to walk in, stop the lawsuit, discharge the debt, move on with life. Okay, so let's change the fact pattern a little bit. Let's say you come in and you own a car and maybe the car was paid off. But it's a newer car. It's not an old junky car. It's let's say it's a $20,000 vehicle, okay? And so the first thing I ask my clients is, hey, do you want to keep your car? And a lot of times they say, absolutely. And I say, well, if you file a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, your vehicle exemption is $6,000. And they'll take your car and they'll sell it. They'll give you $6,000 back, okay, in Arizona, but with the Arizona exemptions, but they're going to keep the other $14,000 and pay your creditors back. Do you want that to happen? Well, no, I don't want that to happen. And then the next thing they say is, well, I thought I could keep a car. You can keep a car so long as the value is worth less than $6,000. Okay, that's when the trustee won't be interested in. So in that type of a scenario, then I would steer people towards a Chapter 13, where I can say to them, hey, in a Chapter 13, we can allow you to keep that car and pay back that $14,000 over a period of 5 years. So let's take an example. Let's say the client comes in and they have $60,000 in debt, but they don't want to lose their car. And they're willing to say, yeah, I'll pay back a $400 payment a month for 3 to 5 years, and I'll do a Chapter 13 so I can keep my nice vehicle because I don't want to have to sell it or get rid of it or whatever. Now, there's all kinds of scenarios. That's just a very simple and practical, kind of example about the differences between Chapter 7 and Chapter 13. I liken it to a tool chest. If I come to you today and I say, hey, I would like you to hang a picture on the wall, okay, you're going to go to the tool chest and you're going to find the right tools for the job. A hammer, maybe you're going to grab a nail, maybe you're going to grab a stud finder, and you're going to go do that job. You're not going to go here and you're not going to necessarily get a screwdriver. You're not going to get a skill saw. Those tools won't work for hanging up a picture. So you choose a bankruptcy based off of what you're trying to accomplish, and that's it. A lot of times people come in and they say, well, what should I do? And sometimes I'll say you can do either or. You can do a 13 and it'll benefit you in this way, or you can do a 7 and it'll benefit you in this way. But the underlying fact is, what are you trying to accomplish? What are you trying to save? What are you trying to do in a Chapter 7 or a 13? I'm going to have more videos on this, but this is kind of an introductory video to the types of bankruptcy that there are, the types of bankruptcy that you can choose. When you go in and talk to an attorney, it's really important that you understand some of the basics so you know what questions to ask. My name is Wayne Mortensen. I'm an Arizona attorney. I look forward to talking to you on the phone or in office for a free consultation. Thank you for your time.